Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my Broken Lots tutorial slash playthrough. Man, I have not felt like I wasted my day as much as I did today in a long time. So it's about time I actually do something constructive, even if it's as barely constructive as recording a video, which, let's face it, it's not very constructive, but hey, it's somewhat constructive, so I'll take it. Anyway, some things I need to talk about. Of course, I did skip a turn like promised, you know why. But I also had a look at the status screen and there's something very peculiar going on with the voters. If you recall, I am not currently at war with them, but for some reason their military seems to be going through some ups and downs, and I have a feeling this might be an indicative of another player entering the game, and we all know who that is. There's only one unknown right now, and that is the red player. Whoever that is probably at war with the voters, and my guess would be that he or she or it is royally stomping them right about now. Of course, those could possibly be actually roving clans, so let's check if they are or not. Because, you know, it's a possibility, but but I doubt that it's the roving clans. Nope, it's not the voters declaring war on the roving clans, it is the red player, I have no doubt about it. So, I am a little bit worried because successful conquest, and I have no doubt that the red player will conquer the voters. And successful conquest is going to accelerate his path to victory, and we all know that this guy, girl thing is probably very close to victory already, so I need to accelerate my actions as well. Still, things are looking kinda dire. But of course that is not an excuse for us to stand down. I have done everything, I mean most of the boring stuff I had to do this time, like, you know, retreat a bunch of armies, and mostly that was just it. And hey, some ruins. We're in era 3 I think, so they should be fairly decent, right? No, it's it deaths again. I mean, I won't complain about 80 deaths, but seriously, give me something, just a tiny little woodsy bits better, huh? That would be nice. Anyway, let's end this turn. Whatever the city is called, Cold Ramor, okay, that's how it's called, is gonna be alive for one more turn and still is going to have a little bit of fortification left over. Which is fine, but not ideal. I am really running low on time. Thankfully, on the next turn, units within the city will already begin taking damage. No, I do not dare to attack the city until all the units within it are dead. I will not be satisfied with them just being slightly damaged because, well, have you actually seen me fight against roving clans? No, but you haven't because I wasn't recording that fight, right? Because I couldn't repeat it. I remember now. Well, I know that the enemy units are fairly strong, and while I do have some mercenaries, also did the game crash? Hello? Can you hear me? I'm talking to both you and the game, which is a little bit dumb, but seriously, the game is... Oh wait, no, it didn't crash, it just had a lot to process, I guess. Man, that was weird. Anyway, hero level up, that's nice, and a faction, yeah, not faction, quest complete, which gave me access to Martin the Ilian the Slenza. An amazing hero, and I say this purely because it's a free hero you can get as the Broken Lords. I used to love this guy, and I used to rush Broken Lords faction quest because of him, and I used to think that you do not even need a lot of heroes as Broken Lords. That was a long time ago though, before they went through complete rebalance, and now Broken Lords are a little bit better rushing in my opinion, as you already know. Either way, this hero is going to prove most useful to me. Anyway, I need to assign him into a city and build up a district in that city up to level 2, and in return, I guess that's crematorium. Now, I honestly don't know exactly how it works. I'll be entirely honest with you. +1 experience converted to dust on Empire. I have no idea what it means. I mean, I've seen it work. I just don't know how it works. It's as simple as that. I'm confused by this description, and they have been before as well. Regardless, I am progressing along, which is nice. I still do not see any warning about a player about to win a science victory. Some nervous, but I'm still not too nervous, if you know what I mean. My hero leveled up, that's nice. I can get to level 3 of Impassioned Preacher, which is going to be very important. Now Tara is going to be making units like crazy, which I'm really kinda happy about, which is good. My dear hero, where do I assign you? What level are you on? You are on level 1, as you always are. I thought that since, you know, we are fairly late to the game, maybe he could be on a higher level. Nope, still kinda useless. Whatever, I'm happy I have another hero, because I can give him extra dust on population on city, which is going to prove most valuable, since I'll assign him to Siena right away. So you, dear sir, where on earth are you? There you are. Please start walking in Siena, and please be as efficient as humanly possible. Now, I do want to get this dust refinery done at a fairly decent time, so I will keep my population working on industry over here for the time being, but later on I'll of course move this population to dust, like I am about doing here, although dust depository is tempting, but I think it's about time I started getting some dust from the city, and as you can see, 265 dust per 10 is fairly decent, especially once I boosted a little bit more by upgrading my hero's equipment. Where is it though? That's another item. I'll need to give it to the other hero soon. But it's 50 dust, it's not worth to give it to. I mean, it will pay for itself after a while, so I guess I will. Anyway, where is the accessory I'm looking for? The book. You know what book? The other book. Not this book. This book. Yeah, tier 2, baby. Actually, I never tried. Can I equip tier 1 as well? I don't think I can. That's why it disappeared. Yep, you cannot scum the game like this. Shame, but acceptable shame, I would say. By the way, missing resource. Do I want to have any extra of that? No, well, I certainly do not want any food, but I may want to have some industry, but not on this hero, on the other hero. Firstly though, let's equip this thingy. That's very nice. Now I'm gaining... Can you please update? Yeah, there we go. No, it didn't update. That's actually exactly how much dust I'm gaining. Right, I gained 12 dust from this transaction. A bit more than that, like 13, but still, I'm getting 350 dust per 10, which is not all that bad if you ask me, and since I'm getting 12 dust per 10, it is way more efficient to work dust rather than work industry right now. Which is exactly what I'm going to continue doing right now. Meanwhile, in Tara, dear Zero. Zero? I meant to say hero, and I said Zero for whatever reason. I don't have any titanium just yet. Well, that's not a problem, since I'm not actually banned from a marketplace for a change, so I'm gonna buy... How much do they need? I'm sorry, I'm going between windows so often, but... You know, it happens, I'm a dummy sometimes. You, where are you, dear book? You are right here, you need 11! That's gonna be expensive. Really effing expensive. Let's have a quick look. 11 adamantium, that's... I don't think I'll be able to afford 11 adamantium. I can afford... No, I cannot even afford 10. Yeah, that's gonna have to wait for a while. Shame, because it's a really useful thing to have. But what I can do is go ahead and... Not you. I'm trying to click on drama. Thank you. I can upgrade this here, which I'll gladly do. And I will give you... Where is that book? Where's that cast book? I need to unequip this one. I said unequip this... Fine. Do it the old-fashioned way. And there we go with the better one. And now the city gives me a little bit more money, which is always nice if you ask me. So there is that. Anything else I need to do this turn? I've done quite a lot, it feels like, but in all actuality I did barely anything whatsoever. That's how things are in the late game, I'm afraid. Things are not very spectacular, but they need to be done regardless. And now let's go through this lag-fest. Man, it is kinda annoying, isn't it? But recently I discovered that I actually can upgrade my computer in a relatively cheap way. Oh, crying aloud, really? I will need to restart this. Anyway, I can actually upgrade my computer in a relatively cheap way. Because I always thought that I need to exchange pretty much everything in my PC, because it is fairly dated. I bought it when it was a power machine. It of course now isn't, because it was several years ago. I'm surprised it's doing as well as it is doing, but it needs to be upgraded. I thought that I would need to buy a whole new computer, but in all actuality, it looks like I'm going to wait. One Kasai. I mean, a Kasai ain't bad, and I would have a ranged unit. How much room do I have in Terra? A bit more room. I'll still wait, maybe on AI will get something better. Anyway, I'll also pause this game for a second because I need to reload it, you know the deal. Okay, this is a little bit embarrassing what just happened, so I have a little confession to make. I forgot to press record. Like, in a fairly crucial moment, as in when I was actually fighting against the roving class in a major battle. This one. Now, it is a very important battle because, as you can see, even though it was technically speaking a draw, I actually won it. Now, I wasn't attacking, I was the one attacked by this guy for whatever reason, but he of course had a lot of reinforcements, and yet we were able to prevail with fairly minimal losses. I lost 3 Star Wars. My demon is in a very bad shape, yeah, I admit, but still, he's in a pretty good shape. My titans are barely touched, and they actually did an okay job. Alright, they weren't that amazing. Demons are who made most of the damage, I'll be honest with you. Those guys are effing amazing. I want to see more of them on the marketplace, because they devastated the enemy army. And it's not like even they even got good chain linings off, but they are so good against Yermax for whatever reason, I don't even know why. Because Yermax, I mean, look at those mountains of flesh with their 300 life and 95 defense. You would think that demons, with their 79 damage, now 79, it was less before, shouldn't do as well against Yermax, but they did actually really effing good. And it's a bit surprising to me, but I'm not gonna complain. The enemy army was... like, I mean, you can see how many Yermax I killed. It was a real thrashing. And I cannot forgive myself for not recording this. And I ain't reloading that, okay? There's no way I'm reloading this. I'm sorry, this took forever. So yeah, that was a really good battle, and it basically might as well have never happened, which is a shame. My hero leveled up. He actually leveled up before the battle, just FYI. I can now give him battling, which I definitely will. Next is, of course, going to be no idle hands, which I'm probably going to max out just so that mercenary units can get more levels faster, which is fairly important. But battle him is top priority all the time. It is what made me actually hit the enemy, and sometimes get even like a bunch of critical strikes. All on demons, of course, because nothing else was actually any good. I mean, I'm not being fair. Titans did some things. Not a lot, enemy wasn't even attacking my titans, but hey, they were there. Now, what else happened? Well, those guys are like, war fatigue is bad, well, they're about to lose a city, so yeah, war fatigue is bad for you. But I'm not gonna take the city in this stand just because there are still defenders, they have not a lot of life, and I can defeat them, but I don't want to lose my demons, and those demons would probably die now. Also, let's heal up my units if I can heal up any more of those. I can heal up you, and he was a good meat shield, if I may say so myself. He really was a really nice meat shield, let's be honest. Not him in particular, but most of my Star Wars were good meat shields, because the enemy was mostly trying to kill my Star Wars for whatever reason, and ignored my other units, except for the demons. They did try to kill the demons. Also, I can't seem to be able to actually manage my armies for whatever reason, which is mildly annoying, but hey, I guess we all have our little problems. That's kind of strange still, though. So there is that. The enemy city, well, it is going to fall now. Tara, yeah, I was looking at the mercenary market. There are some other things I can buy, but nothing new was added, essentially, unless it was something cheap or something I didn't care about in the first place. I can buy some high-level Arpuyas. Let's be honest, they're kinda crap, regardless, even if they are on such a high level as they are now, because look at their health, look at their attack, damage, and defense. Initiative is nice-ish, but it's also not that amazing. Circular attack is not too useful if they get killed instantly with their low initiative, and they do. So, I'm not a big fan of buying those guys. I could buy a Dawn Officer, but I am never a big fan of buying Voters units, because of a lot of their cost, per se, comes from Technolover. And Technolover is something I cannot possibly use without myself being also the Voters. Now, a cavalry unit wouldn't be too bad, and those titans I had have proven, you know, that they have some sort of worth, but still the stat line for a Dawn Officer, not that amazing, even with charge. It's only level 1 charge anyway. Yermax, they are so much weaker than the enemy's Yermax right now, I'm not gonna buy them. They're just gonna lose flat out to the enemy Yermax. They are not worth it. Kasai, on the other hand, I want them, because they are ranged units and I'll be able to increase my firepower, whereas now my units get all bottled up in some kind of stupid terrain generation. So yeah, I'll get myself a Kasai and I'll be fairly satisfied with this result. So let's create this army. It's not the fastest army in the world, but I can start moving towards the city, which I of course will. In fact, I'll start moving south-ish as well, because I do want to capture the enemy capital next, and it will fall. Now I have seen that my army is capable of taking on the enemy army, Ravenclaw's army, head on in a fair fight. Because you have seen the odds in that fight. It was a fair fight if I have ever seen one, so it is doable. It just requires a lot of units of me, and I do have a lot of units now, so things are looking up in my war against the Roving clans. I think they are going down. I just need to keep the sieges up and capture their capital, and then I can start, you know, dictating the terms. There's one problem though, and it's a big problem. I have met the red player. Those are not the Wild Walkers. Those are the Necrophages, the most powerful late game faction in the game by far, and I'll disagree and dispute with anybody who claims anything else. In late game, Necrophages are pretty much unstoppable because of their proliferators, as well as a combination of amazing faction quests and general lust for food that comes in the form of fallen enemies, of which there are usually plenty. If you survive early and early mid game as Necrophages, you usually win, or are fairly likely to win at the very least. But that is not the end of bad news. Let's go to status screen. Of course, the score is, as we knew, amazing. Yeah, that is the problem. So, the Necrophages, yeah, that is a Zero of Itahu. There is no doubt about that. Nothing else in this game can give you such an incredible increment in military score, which means that they are in the 6th era, and they are indeed. As you can see, they have exactly 46 technologies. So they have all the required technologies to get to era 6 and one technology from within era 6. So they are going for scientific victory, and they are getting close. Now, thankfully, let's have a quick look at their science. Their science, well, obviously effing amazing and way beyond what all of us combined could even possibly comprehend. It is not the end of the world yet. We may have a tiniest little bit of chance, depending if the enemy science is going to continue going down or up or stay at the same more or less level. Because it did take, as you can see, the Necrophages a very long time to actually get the Serum Vitaku. Now they are working on the next technology. If it's the science technology, we have already lost and we have no chance in heaven to win this fight. If it's anything else, like food, oh, I would love it so much if they wasted their time and efforts on food, the technology. This would be amazing. That's only wishful thinking though. They are probably going for science, or yes, if they're going for science, it's end. If they're going for something else, I still have a chance. Not a big chance, but a chance. Tiniest, minusculest possible chance, but still, look at how long it took them to get the science, this tech. If I start the sieges, I could do it. Now, of course, you may be saying, how on earth am I going to win against somebody who's got this much military power? Well, same way I'm winning against the Roving clans right now. I mean, I'm somewhere like here-ish. The Roving clans are here-ish. It's like a magnitude order of difference between the two of us, and I'm winning the war, as you are seeing right now. I'm about to take the city. So it's not the power that matters when fighting against the AI. It is in all actuality your tactics, and more importantly, your actual numbers. And when it comes to numbers, well, let's be honest, I am losing against the AI. I don't doubt that. The Necrophages probably have like 1 billion units right now, literally, which is why the game is lagging so badly right now. That's my assumption at the very least. But if I get to besiege all of their cities and slow down the research fast enough, I have a shot. Oh wow, they are here already. Not a big shot, but I have a shot, and I could possibly still pull this off. Now, there's no chance in heaven I'll declare war on the voters. They can do whatever they want, even if they attack me and invade me. I think I'll just let it. All I need to do is to keep Tara and my capital alive, and F all my other cities. I don't care about, I mean, I do kind of care about them, but I need Tara for units, I need my capital for money, and as many other cities as possible for money, but they are not essential to my plan right now. And I need to just spam units and carpet siege Necrophages like there's no tomorrow. Now the problem is, they probably have a very big empire, so in order to carpet siege all of their cities, and I do need to carpet siege all of their cities, I'll need to walk a lot, which will be difficult because the enemy is guaranteed to have a lot of units that will do their best to stop me from besieging their cities. Now, it's also going to be very annoying to, you know, retreat and heal my units every turn, like I was doing for the last X number of turns, but still, it is something that I desperately need to do, if I want to even have a chance of not losing this game. And I am speaking of just a chance. Now, I forgot it's already a 10 where you pick your empire plan, which is a very big problem, because I can only go for one thing. I can't reduce the cost of units. Because I'm one influence short. I should have looked. I really should have looked. It's a very big mistake, and I was thinking about the Necrophages and recording video, and the fact that I did not record that awesome battle. Man, it's gonna put me so far behind. It's not the end. Oh, also, no longer extra attack on units. That's how I was able to do so well in this battle, huh? Yes, that's how. Ouch, yeah. Well, I keep my dust app, which is the most important thing. The enemy attacked me again. I think I might... Oh wait, they only have 3 units. I'm actually going to auto-battle with this. They have no chance. Anyway, let's have a quick look at my other battles and do the good old, same old tactic of retreat. And... Wait, which unit was that? Oh, that was here. For a second I thought it backed the game, but no, everything is fine. The enemy is still fighting, but they are getting scared. Now, of course, once I capture the enemy capital, I'm going to ask for peace treaty, and I'll try to haggle as many, how they call it, technologies out of roving clans as possible, and slingshot myself to era 6. Now, as I said, my science output right now is nowhere near good enough, unfortunately, in order to get to, you know, what Necrophages are going for right now. But, did you seriously attack this guy? This one single guy. Okay, I'm going to retreat from this battle purely because, well, this guy doesn't have a hero in his army. He's only gonna have 2 reinforcement positions. It's gonna take forever for this battle to, you know, have anything happen. It'll be faster if I retreat and then attack myself. So you just retreat, I'll heal you up, big deal, and that's 45 dust. Now I'm going to come in with an added firepower, and I'm going to take out the enemy city just like that. Also, can you enter this army? You can now. That's nice. You, dear demon, you also need to enter this army quite badly because it's going to be my main army, and you, Stout, have also been nominated to be part of my main army. And now let's destroy the enemy city. I could wait one more turn. Seriously, what's the point? Though the enemy is going to die. What the? Oh, one of the units inside this army is the Stalwart that retreated. Retreating costs you action point, actually. So I need to move one of those guys out of this army. And nobody has more movement points for some reason. They all lost it. Seriously? Alrighty then. In this case I have to attack using this army, which is less ideal. But it should still be more or less okay. What? It's just one... Oh, fuck. I mean... Okay, 1 year Mac, 2 Dervishes. I guess an army of Stalwarts with no hero and 2 Kasais. Can I win it? Is my question. I'm so tempted to just delete this footage, pretend it didn't happen, reload, and be like, yeah, everything's fine, get to my 1 extra influence, but no, it would be cheating. Still, do I fight this or do I retreat? I cannot even retreat, so I'll just lose 4 Stalwarts. 4 Stalwarts is a pretty big deal, but if I fight, can I possibly win against the Irmak and 2 Dervishes? I have 2 Kasai, they have 101 attack. How much defense do they have? Less than that, about the same amount. So I'm very likely to hit those guys. For how much Kasai again hit you? 46 damage. That's not a lot. And those Stalwarts without the hero, pretty bad, all things considered. I'm willing to fight, but I'm starting to think that maybe Spectator or Autobot would actually yield better results. Oh, wait a second. I'll only get 2 reinforcement banners. I forgot about that. And there's no guarantee that I'll get Kasai early on. I might get the Stalwarts. In this case... I hate this thing so much. Bye, Stalwarts. It was nice having you. Oh wow, 1 survived. And I actually dealt some damage to those Dervishes. That's nice. Okay, heal this guy up. 3 Stalwarts for nothing. I'm so angry. Whatever, I guess it happens. Now you just keep spying those Stalwarts, man. Why are you stopping? Keep making them as often and frequent as you possibly can. And somebody is attacked. Is that... Yeah, that's this guy. Alrighty then. Well, I think I'm gonna retreat. Although I have a chance, apparently. No, I do not. Let's not even lie to ourselves about that. Also, can you please let me explore and find some more ruins? Thank you very much. This is very rude behavior you're showing right now. Or just talk to this village. I'm fine with that. There's a lot of bastards around here. Anyway, 2 more scouts are coming in to reinforce my armies. They are just a meat shield and some added effort to siege enemy cities faster, but it's very important. I'm on a race against time in order to beat the Necrophages. But I, honestly, just logistically speaking, I don't think I can do it. Also, I'm really angry I cannot capture the city this time. I should be able to, but... But one unit doesn't have action points, and apparently no units in my army have any movement points now either, so I get to wait, yay! Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, logistically speaking, I'm not too sure if I have a chance of actually beating the Necrophages, because in theory, Capet Siege and using the same strategy I was using so far is going to work, except in practice I need to get to the enemy cities, and they are fairly far away. I mean, if I zoom out, which is impossible because the game is loading the next turn, but if I do zoom out, then you will see that it's a very, very, very long distance between me and the enemy cities, so Capet Siege would buy me enough time, but I may not have time to start the Capet Siege, which is a problem. The enemy cities are probably somewhere like here-ish. So, yeah, in order to get to here, from here, that's gonna be a challenge, especially if the enemy is going to do their best, and they will do their best, to block me along the way. And actually, not from here, but here, even further away, because this is where I need to be. I need to capture this capital, I can't leave it behind. I need to do it in order to negotiate good ceasefire terms with the Roving clans, and additionally to also, you know, just have a good city that gives me a good economic background. And also scientific background as well, in order to actually be able to possibly win the game rather than just delay the inevitable. So I cannot stop my war against the Roving clans and focus on Necrophages yet. I cannot. I have to do my dandiest to kill them. Anyway, I was actually attacked again, really? Did you attack my main army? Are you sick? I don't even think it's worth manualing this thing right now. I'm just gonna like all those guys, right? I might lose my demon. I think I'm only going to lose one, if at all. Yeah, I did lose one. Maybe in manual I could have saved him by healing him. Still, you know, it felt like a waste of time, so whatever. Anyway, more experience. This is going to be rather useful. And Judas will be the proud conqueror of this city. Congratulations! Cold Ramor is now effing mine. F you, Roving class. You are now gone. And you're not welcome along these paths ever again. So, I use all my movement points like a dummy, and I should move my Star Wars away and move in the Kasai in the place. It's not a big deal though. Let's prepare myself for doing that thing later down the line and start moving towards the enemy capital. One city down, 7 more to go. That's a lie, only 1 more to go, you know, actuality. But I'm glad to have this city. Now, it's going to lower my approval by a ton, but my dust output is going to be increased by a ton as well, which is what I'm looking for the most. So let's get the empowerment and the dust refinery. Let's destroy all the food buildings, of which they have only 1. I could also destroy the stronghold, and I will. I don't think this city will be besieged anytime soon. Infantry cantina is actually free, so I'll leave it in. And there is that. Alrighty then. My healer leveled up, and I think I already leveled him up, so there is that done. Gold booster has ended, and because I conquered a city, I cannot reactivate it right now. Not a big deal. Research done. Alrighty then. How willing are the Roving clans to negotiate with me now? They are exhausted, we know that. Do they want a truce? Not yet. I need to capture the capital for them to actually want a truce. That's fine. I want the capital anyway. I was just, you know, checking things out. They are less unlikely to take the truce treaty, which is important knowledge for me to have. Okay, I can buy a really good mercenary in Tara, or actually Cold Ramor is a little bit closer to my armies now. But Tara is where I'll get my armies from anyway, so I might as well buy mercenaries in there, just so I have ready up armies. Problem is, the enemy stopped selling units on the marketplace. There are some new neutral units added, like the Seaster or whatever, but there are no new units coming from the voters or Roving clans. That's because, I mean, there is a new year mark, I think. Yeah, it's a new year mark, but it's still the bad one. And somebody bought the door officer? Oh wow, that's troubling. So yeah, voters and Roving clans are in a bad situation, so they are stopped selling units and they are now actually buying them, it looks like. So my source of good units is now cut off. Still, I'm going to get this Kasai. The other one seems to be a bit too bad to get. Although 71 attack, he's pretty bad, but he's still a ranged unit, and in an army that is mostly melee, ranged units are gold, even when they are actually not. So I'll still get the 2 of those guys, and I'll start moving this army down south to start the siege on the capital as well. ASAP. More armies coming in. Oh boy, I do sincerely hope that they are not going to try and engage my other armies. This could be a problem. I'll retreat if that happens. Make no mistake. Oh, I will retreat. I might as well. I'm risking barely nothing, and it's an 8-unit army. In order to fight it, and possibly win, I'll need all of my armies and my main army to be the one that is engaging the enemy. If this army fights one of my armies alone, well, they have no chance. So I will retreat. Of course I will. But there is all I have for you today. 30 minutes video. It's not as bad as I feared it might be. Some progress has been made, and our arch nemesis. Oh, I do need that. Thank you. Our arch nemesis has been revealed. Let's have a quick look at the enemy army tab. Well, if not for the Necrophages, we would see that the roving class have actually went down just a tiniest amount, I believe, which is nice. Their score has also went down a little bit, which is important. And on the next turn, it's gonna go down even more so, because they lost a city. Which is important. I cannot activate code, and I wouldn't have been able to regardless. Anyway, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.